always said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the #9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Buckeyes will put total leather to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking to throw, it's Kaiser. Working that left side now. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Going to swing it on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Lincoln. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Let's talk about Alabama. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Gives it on the option. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. It's complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship.
There he goes! And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. They'll run it from the gun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Kaiser. They're working that left side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And after that long completion for their first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Rides to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Finds his man. It's Lincoln. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Keep it on the ground. Got the first down and more. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Makes the grab. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, we knew coming into tonight they were going to try to find this guy throwing the ball. I had no idea.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit forcing an incompletion.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Lincoln. Looking for more room. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. A 1st and 10 for this offense. Handoff to the lone back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. From the gun, running back on the move. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree.
Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
And I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that 1st down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Under fire. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man, it's Garrett. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese,
he lost one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
you don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play, and the wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Has to get there to move the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Caught in the backfield, it's Lincoln. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man downfield. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. They'll run it from the gun. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tide. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Throws to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
But I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Looking to throw, it's Kaiser. Makes the grab on the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's second and 7. Leaves it with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a... The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referee's signal for the 2-minute timeout. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Breaks into the open. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Ali. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. Quickly to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Power football with the run. Finds a crease at the 20. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Absolutely perfect. And the field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by just 4 to Louisiana Tech.
The quick out.
Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Kaiser. Quickly complete.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and I like teams that are aggressive. When offenses go empty and spread you out, you only got so many guys to protect your quarterback, and the linebacker comes through and hammers the quarterback and gets the sack.
Rushes on him. Got the first himself. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
He'll field the punt and look for room. The coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Shakes off the defender. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Unloads it left. Pulls it in. It's Lincoln. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Making side adjustments here. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll take it on the return. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Here comes that Alabama offense. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
He's got it on the right. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
From the gun, he leads it with the back. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Kaiser. Fires to the big fella. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
And the defense brings the blitz. And how about the QB? Really nice job understanding. If I can hang on to this just a little bit longer, it gives my receiver an opportunity to run a better route and get more time to create more space. Nice job hanging in there, taking the hit, and getting the completion off of it.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Gets it out quickly. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get...
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff. And he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. The run to the right. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll move the tight end. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From his end zone, looking to throw. Got to take care of the ball. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. What a cut. Now he's loose. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Leaves it with the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. To throw, it's Kaiser. Got his man quickly. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. You know, the critical 3rd.
Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
They are set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unleashes one. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Takes the easy one to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line.
He's got it inside the 30. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Alabama quickly back to the line.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel, gets nailed, but is able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. 3rd down, and these fans trying to make it impossible impossible to communicate. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
You got to give the defense credit here, David. I mean, this has been a hard-fought game. A lot of these guys have played tons of snap. Yeah, they're all out there and they're exhausted and they're tired, but they are still fighting and they're able to come away with that takeaway.
And an unbelievable takeaway because of the time in the game. This is a tie game late in the ball game. My team needs a takeaway. We need to do something. Otherwise, they're going to milk this clock, go down the field, try to score. Now we flipped the script. Now we got the ball with a chance at a tie game to go win this thing.
Setting up the screen. Across the 25, he's got room. Open field on the right. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Trying to surge it in. He stopped short on the two-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the two. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Escapes, and the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Looking to throw, it's Kaiser. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Punts it out of the air. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Working that left side now. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his big tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of eat.
And the defense, got him at the 27.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. The give as they work on that clock. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. Pocket breaking down. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive.
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. To the ground with the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a 1st down. From the gun, the ground game. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else.